Remember that movie?
My co-star Rick James is here.
I'm Brad Dolph, the Bad Wizard. I'm actually not a wizard. We covered that last week. We're just gonna fucking roll with this because I lied on my application at this job. But I am a huge fan of the Lord of the Rings movies. Haven't read the books. As I explained last week, I have selective dyslexia. Any book over 100 pages, I cannot read.
He can't read some cookbooks.
No. So we're here today with the my co-host, the wizard who has no name, and we're gonna talk all things LOTR.
Yeah. And yesterday was the professor's birthday.
Oh, hail.
So, yeah. Yeah, that.
He wrote the books I've never read, but he made some awesome movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's also sort of, we were talking about this earlier. It's he didn't just make things.
Yeah.
He created an entire genre.
He
created a thing, a format, a thing that didn't exist.
We wouldn't have Dragonlance Chronicles without him.
No, God.
We would not have them.
We wouldn't have Dune. We wouldn't have them.
The Dragonlance
definitely
Chronicles.
Wouldn't have what's that space one? The brother and the sister make out or something. What's that space one? Star Wars. Star Wars. Yeah, that one.
Battlestar Galactica, baby.
Now
we're talking. Yeah. Those things with the red eye.
Yeah. I still don't know what that did.
What are those called?
What are they, Cylons?
Cylons, yeah.
That sounds right. I don't know.
Cylons. 1970s. What a great time to be in sci-fi.
Yeah.
You had great movies like Barbarella.
But you still
Xanadu.
But that was when you had the first Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, we did.
The animated movies.
The animated one, which is really, really pretty good, honestly.
Ralph Bakshi.
Ralph Macchio?
No, the good guy.
Oh.
Ralph Bakshi. They should have let him do all three of them.
So who's Ralph Bakshi?
Ralph Bakshi, he's an animator and filmmaker from. He did the original first Lord of the Rings.
Well, let's talk about how that all came.
He did Wizards too.
Okay, Wizards is great.
Wizards is fantastic. If you haven't seen Wizards, go see Wizards.
Yeah, really odd, a really obscure film that not a lot of people have seen.
No, but a lot of people could. It's in the world far removed from the olden times that we are. That's a good one. I saw Wizards as a kid. Had no idea what was going on. No.
I was like, let me watch this cartoon. Not really a cartoon for kids.
No, that's about the equivalent of giving some kid wave twisters.
So how did that first Lord of the Rings cartoon come to be? What do you know about that?
I don't know a whole lot about it. I know Ralph wanted to do it. He basically
because that's the only way at that time you could have pulled it off without looking terrible.
I think I've never read. I heard that it was something to do with because Tolkien passed away and some years earlier, because I believe the film came out in 1977 and he passed away in, I believe, 1972.
Yeah.
So it was sort of like, I think it was the first thing to ask for rights to do one of his works in that format. So it was like, oh, okay, cool. And then there's a lesser known, very strange.
I know what you're talking about.
So back in the Cold War times.
In Soviet Russia,
Lord of the Rings fight
Russia.
you. Yeah. They made a very strange version. I think they only made.
Is it a live action?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very weird. It's looked like they tried to do it on a stage or something. It is
bizarre. I think I know what you're talking about.
Bizarre is about the best way to describe it.
That was high end Soviet cinema, though.
Well, yeah. I mean. Yeah, the only budget lower than that was the BBC.
Well, so if they would have made the Lord of the Rings movies any earlier in history, like the live action, it would have ruined him.
It wouldn't have been right.
They kind of did it at the exact right time. Because if they made them now, it'd be Rings of Power.
It would be. You're right. It would be too much relying on. I mean, you remember I was watching a thing about how they made the miniatures for.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And it was like, because you had that blend of light CGI with a lot of still miniatures and panning.
The thing I learned about miniatures just this morning is that the light reacts more naturally with them as opposed to any kind of CGI.
Oh yeah.
And I gotta be honest with you, CGI, I'm over it.
It's
what are we doing here? Now you see a battle scene. It's just all it is angry, loud shapes mashing into each other.
It's like that. What's that? What are those race car movies that have all the old wrestlers in it? The Fast and the Furious, Fast and the Gassy, or I don't know. You can't have those. They're all CGI.
Well,
there's nothing real. There's no stunts.
Nope.
There's nothing is happening for. It's not like Mad Max was.
Shout out to Short King Tom Cruise keeping it fucking real with the
stunts.
The stunts.
Doesn't. Yeah.
They could have had. You know what? If he was a little younger, he probably would have been Frodo. You ever thought about that?
No, and I wish I hadn't.
Imagine if Lord of the Rings would have came out in 1982.
Oh Christ!
Probably would have been Frodo.
He would have. Yeah.
Hey, he's the greatest American actor.
Or even worse, it would have been Johnny Depp. Oh.
He's too tall.
But back then he was real little.
He's still a bit too tall. I think he's about a 5'10" guy. I think Tom Cruise about 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah, but I mean, I don't.
Danny DeVito as Frodo.
That's a take. That is one of the opinions of all time.
I could see him as more of a Samwise. He could have played Gollum with.
I think he'd be. I want to see Danny DeVito as Tom Bombadil.
Tom Bombadil.
I want Danny DeVito in the yellow boots singing about Tom Bombadilio.
Yeah.
Probably on an episode of Always Sunny.
Well, picture.
That's what I want.
I
want Tom
Danny
Bombadilio.
DeVito as Sam. Tom Cruise as Frodo. Go with that.
Oh man!
Imagine that. The chemistry. Yeah, the chemistry. Yeah, the cast of outside. Well, so
Kiefer Sutherland swings in.
Who else?
He's whatever that character was from 24.
Oh yeah, Jack Bauer.
Yeah.
Hey, let's back it up though. Who else could have played Frodo in history? Who else would have been a Frodo? Who could have been Frodo? Not Danny DeVito.
No.
He doesn't have the gravitas of a hero, but
it's not really an issue. It's more of the look.
Yeah, I know Tom Cruise could have been Frodo.
Yeah.
I don't know. I heard him do an English accent, and not so good. Or he did a Irish accent, not so good. But but they don't really have there's no definitive accent in Lord of the Rings.
I think that's why it's so hard because I can't think of anybody else that I would even want to see in that role.
Tobey Maguire.
That I could see. He's got that soft. You got to have a soft feature. There's a look.
Yeah.
There's a and he had that.
Frodo,
he had
so
that.
To speak.
They also did a really good job of separating the age gaps from all the hobbits too, because they were very different ages, but they made them all look like they were relatively close. I mean, obviously Pippin being essentially a teenager at the time. But
is he the youngest?
Oh, that's why clearly the youngest and most immature, and that's his coming of age story.
Yeah.
Is him maturing and becoming sort of an adult. Sean Astin was he was like, you remember, dude, he was a teenager a late teenager in Rudy. And Rudy was what, 1991?
I think he was actually an adult in Rudy.
He was an adult in Rudy. I mean, he was a college kid.
Because he's about, what is he, about 52, something like that, right?
He's got to be.
So he was in the Goonies. He was about 12, 10.
And that was what, like 84 or
85.
Yeah.
And
so you've got it, but between him and everyone else, you've got a fairly sizable age difference.
Yeah.
But Sam doesn't. I don't know if that's a testament to doing stuff that way they did it, or just Sean Astin being able to just look young all the time.
Well,
like the dude really, even now, he kind of looks the same. His hair's just gray.
Got a little beefy.
Yeah, but he was always kind of beefy. You don't hit people with a frying pan like that without having a little meat on you.
He's a little beefy. Too much lembas bread.
Yeah, well,
he was hitting up the lembas. You know what?
You should have seen.
I bet it tastes like gluten-free shit.
You should have seen the bathroom break after Pippin ate 3 of those lembas breads.
Gluten-free.
It was
lembas.
There were sounds.
My celiac's kicking in. I can't do this lembas.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's like eating like 10 loaves of bread at once.
Yeah, powerful.
That's the secret ingredient that Galadriel didn't tell him. It's saturated carbohydrates. That's the
when
saturated
the
fats and cheap carbohydrates.
You got to carb up.
Yeah,
that's what it's
basically
all about.
just ramen noodles smashed down real small.
Nice. Get a little chicken flavor, shrimp flavor on there. Not bad, huh? After second breakfast, a little shrimp ramen for fucking Frodo.
That sounds good.
So what about modern? Who would be if they filmed it now? Who would be Frodo? Maybe not Jesse Eisenberg or anything like that. He's too old. We gotta get younger guys. Younger guys. Timothy Chalamet's too tall. Yeah, he's like 5'10".
He's too gangly too. He's too spindly.
Too spindly.
He's got to be a little bit stocky.
Yeah, you got to have a little muscle.
Like Elijah had a little bit of to him. He wasn't super thin.
Who could do it? Oh, the guy from. Maybe he could do it too. Yeah. It's tough though. Who would play the modern Frodo?
I think it's still Elijah Wood.
It would probably be an unknown person.
I think it'd still be Elijah Wood. I think he would I think if they filmed it now, he would randomly. There's somebody would be like, "Hey, you should check out for this." And even at the age he is now, he'd be like, "Yeah, cool, it works." You got to remember in the movie, Frodo's an adult. Yeah. He is a young adult to middle-aged man.
Was he like 80?
No, he was
50?
I want to say he was. Well, because it's about 50 years in between the end of The Hobbit, the beginning, and when Frodo leaves for Rivendell. You remember it was like 8, because people forget when it was Bilbo's 111th birthday was also Frodo's, I believe, 44th birthday, because the symmetry of numbers together means it has great significance in Hobbit culture.
Oh, okay.
And it was also sort of his time, but completely getting overshadowed by Bilbo, if I remember correctly. And he. I forgot where I was going.
We're talking about the age of these hobbits.
Yeah. And so he was like, dude, he was an adult. So I think he'd even play it now. And then he'd be like, because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you're right about that.
It doesn't matter how old he is, because even at his age now, he's essentially the proper age.
Yeah. Well, okay, so
Sean Astin definitely would be Gaffer. He would be the Gaffer.
He could not do it anymore.
He's gone from Sam to Sam's dad. He's the old Gaffer now.
And only one of the cast members.
He's that one who looks up at him when they ride back home.
Yeah.
But he wants to laugh.
Only Christopher Lee has passed away from the cast, correct?
But I believe so.
Everybody else still alive.
But also, you gotta remember, fun fact, Christopher Lee is the only person on that entire set who ever actually met J.R.R. Tolkien.
Probably older than him.
Spent time with him. Well, because he met him in the 50s, I believe, when the books started coming out, because he was, Christopher, talk about a dude's history. That dude lived a life.
What do we know about when the books came out? Were they an instant phenomenon, or did it take time?
I think it took a little bit of time. The Hobbit was more of a big, because it was easy.
Oh, The Hobbit came out first.
The Hobbit was definitely
okay. Yeah. How long after The Hobbit was out did The Lord of the Rings come out?
I mean, it was a while. The Lord of the Rings, I don't think the first printing was until the early 50s.
So a whole nother generation passes, then he writes a book.
Basically, the young boomers are the ones reading these books. Or slightly older,
Now, do you know, was he working on The Hobbit simultaneous to The Lord of the Rings, or was it just like a...
Well, maybe the archive says The Hobbit was out in 1937.
1937.
The first 3 volumes.
Well, yeah.
The Rings was between 54 and 50.
That's 20 years later.
Well, I mean, the man had to develop an entire language before he could even start writing the book.
Of course,
20 years. So
that's a long time. That's a breath. No, I mean, and there was also The Adventures of Tom Bombadil was in there. That's a lesser known book.
Between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings?
I think it came out after The Hobbit, but before The Lord of the Rings. And it was like a children's book, and it was just The Adventures of Tom Bombadil, and it was just old Tom Bombadilio and his yellow boots and the River Daughter, and just having adventures.
Yellow dye in Middle Earth.
62. So it was
after Bombadil came out. All right.
Well, it was
after. Okay, so he took about 20 years to write the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Well, and the thing is, I think it was even longer than that. I think he'd been writing it reportedly, he'd been writing the book in his head since he started developing the languages.
Since he was hiding in the trenches in World War I.
If I remember correctly, The Hobbit was a bedtime story that he would tell his children.
I recall that. Now, one other thing though, so
explains why it's concise and is the way you wouldn't think it's concise if you saw the 11 hours worth of movies. That book's about 200 pages.
That movie, I'm going to go ahead and say it.
Legolas, I'm looking at you.
Stunk. They stunk. That should have been a one-off movie.
It was a bit, yeah. It was a bit song and dance, man.
They stunk.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say it, Pete. Those movies stunk. But because you know what, I've watched them. I don't remember anything. I don't remember
too much CGI.
I don't remember anything about them though. I don't remember any of the dwarves' names. I don't remember any of the bad
Dopey,
guys.
Sleepy.
Don't remember. Yeah. Don't remember.
These are awesome dwarves that have super cool lore.
Yes.
Like Gloin, who's part of the party.
Yeah.
How Gimli wanted
Gimli's
to be.
son of
Gimli wanted to be in the original to retake Erebor.
Yeah.
And he was like 80 years old and like, you're too young. You're
youngster.
a baby. You haven't learned enough yet.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, 80. But like, yeah, and then he's at the other one. The lack of Glorfindel is the thing that bothers me the most.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that you had to put the love story of Arwen and Aragorn in.
Oh.
But you did
really?
You did it at the cost of completely removing a very historically relevant character. Glorfindel literally killed a Balrog.
Oh, so he's like right up there with Gandalf.
He is an ancient elf. He's like Galadriel power. Like Sauron would actually
he could fight him in
combat.
It'd be like, you know, like
Glorfindel was so valorous and so strong that when he died, he went to the halls of Mandos, and Mandos was like, okay, we're going to fast forward you to the front of the line and we're going to get you back down there again. You're not waiting in line because you're just too awesome. And you're too valorous and you're too cool. So they gave him right back and they were like, that's why he gets to have two existences.
And he's a dwarf.
No, elf.
Oh, he's an elf. Okay. Elves.
Dwarves have lives, but the dwarves have long lives, but sort of like the Dunedain, like 300-400 years.
That's pretty long.
Very long.
Someone in our audience has reminded us to have a moment of silence for the death of King Theoden.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is the anniversary of Bernard Hill's passing.
He passed away.
It was last year, wasn't it?
May of 2024.
No kidding, that guy.
Yep.
Oh,
talk about an awesome dude.
Fun fact about him: he was also the captain of the Titanic.
I just saw. I rewatched that movie the other day. I thought about it. I saw him
in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Rode to Gondor and to the bottom of the
I mean,
he went down with a ship, baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Now Ian Holmes passed away too.
That's true.
So Bernard Hill, Ian Holmes passed away as well.
So there have been a few that have
but it's mainly nobody that's unexpectedly a young age.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty good news. Those guys be doing Comic-Cons forever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Non-stop autograph signings forever.
That's a gravy train for life.
Gravy train with biscuit wheels, baby.
Yep.
Okay, so
those guys could all go broke, show up at a Comic-Con, and they'd be able to pay their rent.
They just sit up in front of any kind of comic book store, start signing autographs.
That's how the Red Ranger has to see.
That's how he does it. That's the way to do it. That's like a pro wrestler's life after you're done.
What do? You show up and you sign your name on stuff, and hopefully you get inducted in the Hall of Fame, so you can put HOF under it and charge another $20.
Well, let's back up all the way to the back to the cartoon thing.
Oh yeah.
When they did the original cartoon in the 70s, it was one cartoon. There wasn't like multiple episodes.
There were. So the first one is essentially the Fellowship. And then they did do a Two Towers and a Return of the King, but there was very poor continuity. So you went from Ralph Bakshi, who's like the king of rotoscope and weirdness, to I believe the final one, the second one or the third one, was done by like Rankin Bass.
Oh,
that did like Frosty the Snowman, like so like the aesthetic
changed
totally. It wasn't live. It wasn't stop motion, but it was. The stylistic change was so different, and it wasn't you get to those later books.
Yeah,
the story needs to get darker.
Yeah,
but it got lighter. It's the whole aesthetic. But that's why when everybody remembers it, all they remember is the Ralph Bakshi one. Is his first movie.
No kidding.
It basically just goes up through Moria, I believe, and that's about it.
I just wonder why. Oh, really? They don't get.
Or no, they go to. It doesn't go all the way to the separation, the breaking of the Fellowship. but very, very right around there.
Yeah, but so I have to revisit those. So do they even have like the part where Gandalf battles a Balrog? Do they have any? Is that in it?
I believe so. It's been so long since
I'm gonna have to give it another watch.
I don't remember.
Huh.
It's been a long time. You forget things.
Well, the fact that they switched animation houses.
Yeah, they switched like directors' houses, everything.
I wonder why that is though. They must have some kind of just creative differences.
And I don't know if it was Bakshi or them not wanting to work with him or him wanting. I think it might have been a case where he wanted more creative control. He liked to make political things, and I think he wanted to politicize it. Where, contrary to popular belief, there's nothing political about the Lord of the Rings.
Well,
it's not a story of politics. It's inspired by the world that Homie lived in.
Yep.
But there's no overarching political message. Anything that's there is something that a director of an action thing of a live action thing was put in.
Exactly.
That's there. The love story between Arwen and Aragorn is a footnote in the books.
Yeah, they really went out of control with that.
Hollywood gonna Hollywood. It
was making me sick to my stomach.
I apologize.
I want action.
I apologize that I'm dressed down today.
I want action.
I'm supposed to go skateboarding after this, and I haven't been feeling very good the last several days. So that's why I look like 2002 incarnate. But
you're ready to go hit this fucking skate park, huh?
Yeah. Well, you're gonna go hit the slopes, aren't you?
Not today.
No,
not today. My
Brad Dolph is a new snowboarder.
I get rad.
So if anybody's got any tips for
Brad Dolph,
yeah. If anybody's got any tips for Brad
Dolph,
yeah, be cool.
Dig them in.
Dig them in,
baby.
Snowplow. Remember,
dig them in.
Snowplow.
I'm so bad.
Hey, we're all bad until we're good.
Brad
or
Dolph.
until we give up.
Okay, so
you can quote me on that.
But there hasn't been, aside from the Russian one, aside from the 1970s, and then the later on ones, has there been, and there hasn't been other attempts to do this?
I think it's because the estate is so protective of the material. Like, so this hot take, the Amazon show is garbage. Somehow it has 5 times the budget and has a way worse looking aesthetic, but I think that boils down to the CGI you mentioned.
It's CGI.
But they don't have the estate doesn't trust people to not rekajigger the work and skew it in their own way.
That name you just made up
so much. Thank you, I appreciate that. I think they don't trust people so much. That was my long bottom leaf. We don't use fire these days. We found a way.
Magic.
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 I think they don't. They only gave them the rights to the Lord of the Rings and its appendices. So everything they're pulling from the Second Age, they can only use what was in the appendices and what was described in the original.
That should be enough, though.
But they have no access to the Silmarillion, which is effectively the historical Bible of Middle Earth, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So it's the Silmarillion is effectively the Red Book of Westmarch. Just in case anything's not clear, the Red Book of Westmarch is basically the Silmarillion, at least in context of what they mean. They are a written history. They are not a story. They're a written history, and Tolkien was just interpreting that history.
Yeah.
But they only gave them access to that because they're so protective of his work, of the family work.
Well, I would be too. It's fantastic stuff.
And it's like, hey, if we're going to give you this, and if you screw this up, forget it. And they have screwed it up.
Amazon definitely messed it up.
I mean, I don't remember Gandalf showing up in a meteor.
Is that what happened? What?
Yeah, he should have been a meteor. I don't think there was that one. There's a fellow on YouTube where he's roommates with Saruman and Gandalf, and Saruman even said, he's like, I don't ever recall being in Rune. When did I go to Rune? And Tom Bombadillo was interviewed, and he said, I don't remember ever being in Rune. Well, when did I go to Rune? And why was I throwing things at Gandalf in a bathtub?
Is that really happening?
He is. It's very strange. They don't have They have this soft armor. It's almost like you ever seen Idiocracy? It's like the sportswear you just pull out of a box.
Really?
And it's got like the armor printed on it. It's like they said, well, if it looks like armor, it'll defend us like armor.
Oh,
it's like that ostrich head in the sand type deal.
What the
Very
heck?
strange approach.
I've never laid these eyes on that show. So
Elendil's shirt is just like some printed. It's
is Gandalf on the show? Who plays Gandalf?
We think so.
Who's playing? Okay.
Good actor. Bad directing.
He's no
horrible screenplay.
Spends the entire show lost with other hobbits.
Really?
They're not hobbits even at that point. They're just halflings. They're little
Ay,
folk.
caramba.
They haven't even like merged yet, and why are they in Rune?
Ay,
again?
caramba.
Why is everything in a desert? There's
the whole show is a mystery. Who is Saruman? 10 episodes they try to paint a picture that this wizard that arrived in a meteor could be Saruman.
Saruman. Could be Saruman.
Even though it's Gandalf.
And then you find out it's Gandalf because Saruman, we think, is this other wizard, but he's got evil dude. Saruman was not evil. That took time.
Yeah, Saruman
was the leader of
recently became evil.
Yeah, like that was. I mean, he was always like infatuated with power a little bit, but dude didn't have like his own like shape shifting wraiths hunting down a meteor man. That sounds like a bad Arnold Schwarzenegger plot.
No, he went full heel turn, right?
Although Schwarzenegger did it, you can contact me. I think you could pull it off.
Imagine Schwarzenegger as Gandalf.
The Wizinator.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's an unfortunate name. I think that's one of those things you use to pass drug tests.
Wizinator, yeah.
Yeah. You should check into the copyright on that.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Gandalf would be a totally different movie. You know, fun fact though, Sean Connery was originally the Gandalf.
Yeah, they wanted Sean Connery. I think.
Do you want to know something?
And I think they made a very, very. I think he made a very, very good decision to not do it.
Well, he didn't understand the script.
No, he thought it was stupid. He'd never read the books. He didn't understand it.
Considering he made the League of Sportsmen-like Gentlemen or whatever that movie was.
Oh, that thing. Talk about it.
Come on, dude.
Now, that is one of the biggest travesties of
a
graphic novel being turned into a film is the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
But that's the movie he made instead, I think.
Yeah, that movie should have been incredible, and it was awful.
I think Sean Connery would have been a great Gandalf.
I think he would have been it would have just, all I'd be seeing is Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez, chief metallurgist to the King of Spain from Highlander.
What do they put the nose on? They got to put the nose on and the hair.
Yeah.
He's a great actor. I don't think
it's too much.
I don't think it would have been a negative to have him. Now, other parts in the movie, I know Stuart.
I don't think he would have made a great.
Stuart Townsend was supposed to be Aragorn.
I mean, could you imagine though Sean Connery?
But he wasn't working.
Could you imagine Sean Connery? Look, keep it secret, keep it safe, Frodo, what are you doing?
Yeah,
there can be only one.
Yeah.
Christopher Lambert would have to be Saruman or something. It'd be ridiculous.
You shall not pass. Huh?
Who else is excited for the new Highlander, though?
Is Sean Connery going to be in it?
No, he's very dead.
He's dead.
It's a drawback to being in movies.
You got to be alive. Except Carrie Fisher. They put her in
Yeah.
Okay, so
Carrie Fisher's eternal. That's part of Star Wars.
I know that.
That's how I learned you don't wear underwear in space.
No,
there's no underwear in space. Apparently,
no underwear in space, man.
That's why I stick to Middle Earth. I like my shorts.
You gotta have briefs.
Yeah,
you gotta have briefs. So, who else was in the running for parts in Lord of the Rings that I recall? Who else was in there? I know that a lot of people tried out for other parts, like Sean Bean had tried out for Aragorn.
Oh yeah, he tried out for
Faramir tried out for Boromir. They all They all were like.
Well, yeah, and Vigo. I think Vigo didn't try out for anything.
Nothing. He was called at the last minute.
At the last minute, like this dude can do it. Like somebody was like.
Well, they had already filmed Stuart Townsend in multiple parts of the film, but that guy doesn't. You know what? That's one which I couldn't see him being Aragorn.
Him and Sean Connery. I think
that's true.
That is a cast that would have been a dated cast.
Yeah.
Where the cast they went with felt more modern and of the time. You would have fallen prey to what you said before. Had those movies been made any earlier, they wouldn't have been as good and they wouldn't have been the same. And I think pulling actors from that earlier generation that acted a certain way would have skewed it as well.
Well, it was great timing by old Pete.
It would have been good. It would have been good technology and good all of that, but with sort of campy, dated acting. I think it would have been like if you made Lord of the Rings, but in the style of The Princess Bride.
Yeah, little Rob Reiner action. R.I.P. Rob.
Oh God, we miss you, Rob.
R.I.P.
God.
So yeah, that would have been such a
phone home sometime. Rob.
Well, I know Russell Crowe was also in the running for a part in Lord of the Rings, also, but he didn't want to dedicate the time.
Yeah.
What was he going to be, Aragorn?
Yeah, I think he was. I think they wanted him for Boromir.
I think they wanted for Aragorn. I thought.
Is that it? I don't know. That would have.
He could have been great. Come on, at that time.
Yeah.
He was the man, dude.
Phantom of the Opera.
He was the man. Remember? He was Maximus.
Yeah.
You know, he could have. But
really. Yeah, but you got to remember those people. They were gone. It took what, almost 3 years.
Yeah.
That they were, or a year, 2 years or something.
I think that
they lived there for a long, long time. That was a huge commitment. That was like, this is going to be the next. This is not only going to be the next 3 years of your life. This is going to be the 3 years after that of your life. And there's no guarantee. This is going to be a train. This is not going to stop. You've got 6 years. You're gonna go from here to here. It's not going to stop.
Well, there was also no guarantee they're going to be good movies.
No.
You know, so
but I think, I even see things back though where they see you're like things are not going to be the same after.
Yeah, but that
sort of the way I saw a quote of that show Friends. And I guess the guy who made that he sent the cast basically for a weekend to hang out and he said, go hang out and be normal people because after this show airs, you will never be able to do that ever again.
Kind of like me. It's tough being me. Where I go,
Billy Boyd and Dominic Monaghan.
Yeah,
they weren't super famous actors.
Almost
they weren't like Elijah. They weren't like.
Even
Vigo wasn't a super big actor.
Was.
I mean, Elijah
got paid like $8,000, some stupid amount of money.
Oh yeah, Kate Blanchett. She didn't. She says she's like, oh, it was the worst. She's like at the time it was like the worst paying thing, but
it made them. The thing about Frodo, I think Elijah was 19 when he got that part, so he was very young. He'd only been in like The Good Son. And a few other movies.
The Good Son.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Like Sean Astin was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Radio Flyer. Yeah, Sean Astin
was in Goonies.
But a lot of those, it didn't. A lot of us sort of. It's weird. Like I came of age with the books.
Yeah.
And then I came into like adulthood with the movies.
Yeah.
Like it was a perfect time for me because it was after I had just become an adult. They started coming out, and they really. I'm a late bloomer. That's wizards.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? But I think that's why because I wasn't so much molded by the things that happened in my teens. I was much more molded by the things that happened between the ages of 18 and 25, and that was that bulk of that time for me when I could finally have this visual representation to put with my internal interpretation that I'd had all these years.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of, now in retrospect, there was a lot of actors there that were unknown actors. Carl Urban was in it.
Yeah. Who's one of the biggest leading dudes. I mean,
well, now he's all over the place, but I would say that
from Éomer to Billy Butcher,
the most known actor at the time in that movie was probably
Christopher Lee
or
Ian McKellen.
Even those
because
guys,
of the X-Men movies.
Yeah.
No, the X-Men movies were mostly after that.
I think the first X-Men came out before.
The first X-Men, but it was
But then also John Rhys Davis was from Indiana Jones.
Oh, Indiana Jones.
He was never a leading
Sliders.
Man,
John Rhys Davies.
Yeah.
Yo, homie. Sliders. Perfect.
But he was not. Again, these are all like supporting actors. They got together to make this movie,
and all of their careers became vastly different after.
Hugo Weaving was, he was in
Hugo Weaving he was in The Matrix before that,
and he was in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Orlando Bloom.
He was nothing before that, and he only got a few $1,000s for that movie, also.
But how much money? It's one of those things where it's like this is going to make you a lifetime of wealth, just because of the characters you portrayed. That, like you said, the signings, the autographs, interviews.
And he also Homeboy got a callback for the Hobbit also, so Orlando got paid for that.
We got to talk about. We shouldn't talk about that.
Yeah, he got paid for that. He probably got a few million bucks for that.
Paid for that.
So yeah, the cast they did a great job in the films getting people, because sometimes when there's too much of a famous person, it'll take you out of the movie.
Yeah. So they portrayed characters, they didn't portray themselves.
Well, so if Sylvester Stallone was in Lord of the Rings, he would have ruined it. Not that he's I'm just saying that
he's not a bad actor.
I'm just saying that
he's the wrong actor.
Yeah, he's too familiar in this world.
Yeah.
And they also did a good job of not casting modern looking actors.
Yes.
Some people have modern faces.
They didn't. It didn't get A Knight's Tale.
Oh, well, that movie,
I can't roll my eyes that hard without turning my head.
That movie kind of like let you know from the start it was going to be kind of like that, though. They had like Queen playing.
I mean, you can say it. It's garbage.
Well, it's not historically accurate.
It's not historically anything.
Yeah.
Not a historical document.
Yeah.
It's a Queen fan's fever dream into a musical about Sir Arthur.
Yeah, crazy, right?
King Arthur.
Yeah.
Sir Arthur.
Well, they should have brought
Sir Arthur was the Sherlock Holmes guy. Another great writer, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I think he was kind of a wiener of a dude, but
so I know a lot about that guy in particular. In fact, he was a what's called a spiritualist back in the 1900s. He was incredibly good friends with Harry Houdini.
That's what it was.
And he was really into spiritualism, which is and Harry Houdini was the opposite of that.
Yeah.
But the thing about Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, which made him crazy, was that his son died in World War I, and he was trying to communicate with them through mediums.
That's what it was. Thank you for correcting me. I don't want anybody to think he was like a crazy person.
No, he was crazy. But he wrote
not in a harmful way.
Well, he just was delusional, but he wrote Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah,
which is crazy because he gets into this really illogical, he gets really into spiritualism, but and then as far as logic goes, it doesn't seem to follow his thought process. But then he writes the most logical character ever.
Well, like you said, he's essentially a broken man.
His son passed away in World War I.
In the same war that Tolkien survived.
Yeah.
Tolkien survived the Battle of the Somme, one of the bloodiest engagements in human history outside of the Battle of Hastings. I mean,
I think 100,000 people died in 48 hours.
It was more people died in
48 hours. 1 weekend.
In the first day than no other battle had as many casualties as the Battle of the Somme had in its first 24 hours. So gnarly. Tolkien saw. You see images, you think of him as this lovely, college professor, and but he saw horrible things.
He saw things.
He saw the worst of humanity, and he chose to write something to show the best of
Well, I mean, looking across the battlefield like that, it probably was very much like the idea from Mordor.
Yeah.
All the darkness and the fire,
the trenches, and the desolate wasteland, the
mud.
air. Mustard gas. The air you breathe is a poisonous fume, as Boromir told us. He's literally telling you what it was like being in the trenches in World War I. It's something that feels impossible. You can't imagine it.
No, but reading his writing, he tries his best to try to take you to those kind of places.
And reading.
Not that I've ever read anything, but
he doesn't. He listens. He's
a listener.
He's an audiobook guy.
Yeah, I'm a listener. So
he's busy.
Yeah, so the casting was fantastic for the film. I'm trying to think of anybody who was miscast.
I really can't think of anybody.
And
I've never been able to think of anyone that I think there would have been a better alternative for.
Well, Carl Urban, who did he play? He played
Éomer.
He was one of the riders of Rohan.
I mean, I guess, but who's going to be better?
Short role.
But it's very important. I mean, he is the king. He's the king of Rohan.
The king of Rohan.
I can't think of anyone at that time. No.
Don't get much more.
Yeah, Carl Urban's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Ever since that. The
Like you
Boys,
said.
right? He's the
He
Boys.
said, yeah. Billy Butcher. Like you said, he changed every one of those people's lives, even small roles. Their lives were different.
Well,
Bill
Andy,
the Pony went on to have a cocaine problem, but he's doing great.
who? Bill the Pony? Oh yeah.
He let fame get to his head.
He went off the rails.
He's clean now, though. I think about 10 years.
Yeah. He started going big time, hanging out with Robert Downey Jr.
At the worst time to hang out with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
At least he didn't get sucked into the tiger's blood thing with Charlie.
Yeah, tiger's blood. I had a Charlie Sheen tiger's blood phase in my life, but it was more like not quite tiger's blood because of my budget. It was more like house cat piss phase. My house
Randolph
cat
had a house cat.
I had a house
phase.
cat piss phase that was off the charts. Not quite to the level of Charlie Sheen.
And on that note,
yeah,
I think we might.
He was digging with the dwarves.
I think it's about time to go skateboarding.
We're gonna wrap this up here, folks.
On cheap cat piss. I think we're gonna call it a night.
In the air next week. But you know what? Next week I got some ideas about what we're gonna talk about.
Ask questions.
Yeah, and if any of our
clearly everything's on
any
the
of our
table.
fans have any suggestions for story topics,
and we use the term fans loosely. That would
got tons of
insinuate
them.
that you like us.
How many subscribers we got now?
3?
3? That's right. We're on our way.
Might hit 7 by the weekend. Yeah,
we double our
subscribe and all that
subscribers.
crap.
Like, subscribe, jump on our social medias. This is Brad Dolph, the Bad Wizard, and he who shall have not no name. I love
amnesia. It's
all right.
Brought to you by somebody. You gotta have
magic brand.
If you're a wizard, you gotta have some secrets. I just chose to make my secret my name. Kind of like Doctor Who. Nobody knows his real name.
Yeah, you don't know who it is
because it's exact.
Doctor Who. Okay, we'll see you all back here next
by
week.
7 Witches Magic Sticks.
Yeah,
and hopefully Shire Pipes someday.
And Rubbermaid.
The man himself. Unfinished Tales. Go read it. It'll change your life, or at least your weekend.